Welcome to my daily live stream. I'm mayohosko. Thank you so much for watching. I'm building sets from my backlog from the LEGO group who are worth billions and billions of dollars. And we did get some more confirmation from someone who is now definitive for the 24-hour live stream. And it's actually someone who I was on their 24-hour live stream earlier this year, and someone that we might be raiding into after this stream. So we'll see how things go with that. And I woke up 15 minutes ago. It's better than waking up 5 minutes ago. So right now we got Alexandria and Canding. Let's wait for other people to come into the chat because we got bag 23 ready to open. Hey Johnny, you're third, not first. Let's wait for 2 more people to come into the chat and then we'll start building. What do you guys want to talk about today? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm just going to sit down on my desk chair seeing the chat until we start building. I should have done this yesterday, but I didn't for whatever reason. Sit down in the desk chair, hanging out with you guys before we start building. Is there anything worth me noting? I guess I could say that I'm going to one of my friend's house on Thursday after I'm on Clicking Cliff's Jungle live stream, and we're going to build a train layout together. No, I'm not going to tell you what type of trains, but we're going to build a train layout together and I'm going to film it. And then I'm going to upload it on my train channel. So if anyone doesn't know what that is, they can go to the About page on my channel and they can see the links there and they can go check out some of those links and you'll find my train channel. That's probably the most notable new thing I can think about updating for you guys. And if you're new to the mayohosko channel, please smash the subscribe button and smash the like button. We are building the LEGO Italian Riviera. We are on to bag 23. We are waiting for more people to come into the chat so that we can start building. Alexandria says a LEGO is coming out with a Lady and the Tramp build. Interesting, because I know that's a popular Disney film, right? Is that a Disney film? And is that the movie where the 2 dogs are eating the pasta together and they're eating? Yeah, it is a Disney film. And is that the film where the 2 dogs, when they're eating the pasta, they then eat the same strand of pasta and they end up almost kissing each other? Okay, yeah, I was right, yeah. Because I am definitely not a Disney fan. I'm a Pixar fan. That's the era of movies that I grew up with Pixar, and then they merged with Disney. Under Buena Vista Pictures. I always forget when Disney merged with Pixar, though. I know it happened around the time I was born because the Finding Nemo VHS tape that I grew up with, it had the Pixar lamp, but also the Disney castle. So I forget which exact year, because I don't remember the Disney castle for Toy Story 1 or Toy Story 2 before the movie. So if anyone could tell me the year when Disney merged with Pixar, that would be gladly appreciated. And if you are new to the Mayohosko channel, please smash the like button and smash the subscribe button. We are building the Lego Italian Riviera. Hey, Billing. So I will say that it is Brick Dynasty who has now confirmed his availability for the 24-hour live stream. And I saw that Cool Hard Loot Bricks reposted my Instagram post today. He confirmed his availability. He's gonna come on at just before midnight where he's at. He is Welsh. Hello, Average Gamer 24. Yeah, Finding Nemo was probably the first movie that I ever watched as a 2-year-old back in 2003. So it wasn't before Finding Nemo. Then maybe. So why did I see the Disney castle on Finding Nemo? Maybe that was when we got the DVD release of Finding Nemo. We upgraded from VHS to DVD because DVDs would have replaced VHSs finally. I think VHS became obsolete around 2005. And DVDs were the standard in 2006. Maybe that lines up. Maybe it was when we watched the DVD version of Finding Nemo, not the VHS version. And 2006, that's when Cars came out. Pixar was working on that since 1999. It took them 7 years to animate that film. I know those dates for sure. So January 2006 was when they merged. So that would have been after Chicken Little came out in 2005. I'm not sure what Disney films came out in 2005. But I think it was around 2005 when Disney also bought the rights to the Muppets and made that the Muppets movie. I remember going in and seeing Muppets Most Wanted in the theaters. I think that was early 2010s or late 2000s. And all the Star Wars fans out there know that that's when Revenge of the Sith came out. Yeah, so that was a tangent. Yeah, and I got some other friends of friends of friends reposting that my post on Instagram as well, of which the links for my Instagram should be in the description. So I'm gonna have to start a DM with someone, and also there's someone else who I've spoken to a few times, but I never reached out on Instagram, so I reached out to them, and I need to get back to them because there were multiple people who I haven't contacted yet about the 24-hour live stream, who reposted me on Instagram. So who knows, maybe those people might want to join the 24-hour live stream. So I'm gonna ask them what they're doing on the weekend. And is there anyone else out there? Because I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Oh, that's a noisy vehicle. Johnny says, boycott Lego. Mayo didn't get the serpent bone. No, I didn't. I'm still angry about that. But you know what? Because I didn't get my hands on that, that's inspired me to try to piece that together. Or make a hybrid between the old set and the new set. Because it is a lot of basic pieces. I don't need to hear about anyone else getting that, because it's just going to trigger me. And I don't want anyone in my chat ever talking about that ever again, because it's just going to trigger me. And as I said to Candy yesterday, that's my problem, not your problem. I'm not going to rain on anyone else's parade outside of my live stream. But when it comes to my live stream, let's not talk about that GWP anymore. We can talk about the aeroplane GWP. We can talk about the Leonardo da Vinci GWP. I know a bunch of people who missed out on those. I missed out on the sea serpent. You didn't get the th? What's the th? I'm gonna assume that's a typo. The plane. Yeah, I placed an order to get the plane only because I heard it was selling out quickly in the US, and knew that it was going to sell out quick across the world. And so I thought, you know what? If I buy a set to get this, maybe I can bring this to Utah and use it as trade bait to get the sea serpent. Because surely there's someone out there who got the sea serpent but would rather have the aeroplane. Because the sea serpent was available for all themes. The aeroplane was available for specific themes like Friends and City, and I think Dreams as well, maybe Ninjago. Someone in chat can fact check me about that if I'm wrong. And people uploaded podcasts today, and people keep on uploading some of that juicy drama. So I'm going to spend the rest of my day after this live stream, cleaning up my room, because I was able to stack a lot of stuff on the weekend, which I'm really happy with. But now I gotta file away some things and throw some other things away, and then I'll be able to vacuum the room hopefully at the end of the day, which will remove some of the dust that's just sitting in my room. So we'll get onto that, and hopefully after cleaning up my room today, I can make more room for I'll probably also take the opportunity to reorganize my shelf, because there's a bunch of shelves on my Billy bookcases that have some junk in it. So if I can consolidate some of that junk, maybe I can create a new display, because maybe the Italian Riviera, until I can do the modifications to get some of the buildings into my city, maybe that will look good on some of the shelves. And there's some other sets which I think would look good on those shelves. Like, I'm not doing anything. Actually, sorry. Hello, Janine Kalen says a betel burrata emission. I don't know what that means, but hello. Yeah, so I'm just looking around right now. I got the Magisto's Magical Workshop GWP just sitting on my shelf, or on the gantry right now. Not really doing anything with that. Also got a buildable Santa Claus, which I'm not doing anything with. I got this vignette, which is not a minifigure habitat, of a forest that might look good there. And there's probably some Lego stuff in my room that I can better organize onto a new shelf as well. So we'll have to see about all of that. Yeah, there's a bunch of traffic outside. And something I also need to do is I need to file away some of the drawers again, because I was thinking about what are some of the mocks that I want to build for the remaining part of July. And I'm like, probably some of those drawers I won't need the pieces in them, so I got to file them away. Because otherwise they're just taking up space on top of my drawers. And also, I need a better place to store some of my trains until I can probably put the batteries inside of them and get some of their functions working again, because they become a little bit discombobulated. But I don't think there's going to be too much more activity in the chat. Unless a miracle happens and more people come in, probably not going to get around to building any Lego today. And I wasn't planning on doing a building Lego set stream tomorrow, but I am probably going to have to so that I can get this set done. I was going to do a sitting stream tomorrow, but I'll probably have to put that on standby until Sunday. No, sorry. No, not going to be doing it on Sunday because I'll be resting after the 24-hour live stream. Billy is at work waiting for delivery to show up so you can bring it. Okay. Wow, you're still at work right now? Holy shit. Yeah, I'm just looking around the room. Also realized when I was cleaning up the floor on the weekend, there's an Indiana Jones set which I need to put back together. Maybe it would look good next to the Temple of the Golden Idol if I can restore it. But I'm also going to have to get out a lot of my train stuff for what I'm going to do with one of my cousins tomorrow. They just moved house and they're also a train collector, and we've been trying to organize something for a while now. They're on school holidays right now. I'm on semester break, so it lines up. Oh, okay. You go 4 p.m. to midnight on Tuesday. So instead of 9 to 5, you're 4 to midnight. Okay. I haven't. I don't know too many people who work that shift. If anything, I think working 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. is more common. My mother used to work 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. and I remember growing up before I could stay at home on my own. Like, this is how far back we're talking about. We'd have to drive into downtown so that my mother could go to work, pick my father up from his work, and then father would drive us home. So when I was in elementary school, mother would drive to school, and mother would drive home from school, and then we'd have to annoyingly drive into downtown, and then father would drive us home. And I was always really sad because on the work days, really only spent 3 hours with my mother and another 5 hours with my father. It was on the weekends where I could fully enjoy both of my parents. But that was back when I was in elementary school, and they had to do awkward transfers of custody. And because both of my parents worked during that time, and one of them worked the night shift, which paid more than the day shift per hour. That's how my family accumulated a lot of the generational wealth that we have today. So back then I was always really frustrated about that. But now, for where I am now, sitting on a desk chair in this garage, I'm like, yeah, it was all worth it. I remember coming home from school and turning on the TV to watch Nickelodeon every day. And I remember watching SpongeBob at 4:08 p.m. We'd normally get home at about 3:30 after school. But I remember watching SpongeBob at 4:08 p.m. and then watching whatever teen sitcoms were on afterwards. Those were good times. And is someone pulling up in our driveway? Yeah, I don't think anyone else is going to come through the chat today. So we're going to cut this at half an hour. 2 more minutes to go. Is there anything anyone else has to say until we leave in 2 minutes? Because honestly, I'm out of things to say. Reminds me of your parents. So did both of your parents work? Because there was a time when only my father was working. There was a time when my father worked in the day, my mother worked at night. And there was another time when they both worked in the day. And then, for the past few years or so, since my dad has retired, he's been away in the country, and only my mother has been working, but now she's retired. Which is how I'm going to get a ride to my cousin's house tomorrow. She comes home later today. I've been home alone for the most part for the past week or so because my sister is always busy with her friends, etc. Sometimes she's not around because of that stuff, so I enjoy the alone time here. It's good for my mind, it's good for my soul. Anyway, thank you for watching this live stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. If you have autoplay enabled, you will be automatically YouTube redirected to Brick Dynasty. If you don't, you'll see a message at the top of the chat where you can tap or click on to go to the Brick Dynasty channel. And yeah, your mum would take you to school, work half day, she could pick me up. Nice. A part-time worker. Yeah, it's always good financially for the family when both parents can work. So I'll see you on my live stream tomorrow, which as always is 2 hours earlier. And I'll see you in the next video.